down near zero once again, but it won't be as cold. Okay, we're going to talk about the chance for a little bit of snow that could show up for tomorrow. Are we going to see any accumulation? We'll answer it coming up. WCA3 News starts right now.
We're following breaking news where a firefighter was hurt while trying to contain a house fire. Good evening, I'm McLeod Hegeman.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. New details are emerging from Champaign. We do know those injuries are severe. The fire happened near the corner of Flora Drive and Union Street. WCI3's Marley Capper is live from the scene. Marley, what do you know?
Well, I'm here at the house. It's behind me. The smoke has subsided, but you can really see the windows are just busted. You can see the burn marks. But he said that dog was like a child to his son. Now, we're waiting for more updates as they come, so make sure you stay tuned as the night progresses. Live in Champaign, Marley Capper, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Marley, thank you. And for updates, just go to our website, WCIA.com. There was another house fire in a different area, central Illinois today. It happened near White Street in Monroe in Clinton. The call came in around 3 o'clock. There were many challenges battling this one. The roof collapsed shortly after firefighters got there. They also had to deal with below zero weather in the middle of the night while trying to put it out.
Just the bitter cold makes everything more difficult. That led to a water supply issue. We had to go a little bit further to get a hydrant that was able to give us water. And then just the manpower needed for fighting a fire in this cold of a temperature.
The fire was so intense. Talking about that manpower, resources from 9 different departments responded. The people inside were able to make it out okay, but the family dog died. Tonight at 6, we'll explain how the community came together to help victims and firefighters.
A news follow-up story for tonight. Champaign teachers are gathering ahead of an important vote to see whether they want to move forward with a possible strike. WCIA3's Bryce Bement has been covering this story for days and joins us live near Jefferson Middle School. So Bryce, this is a developing story. Walk us through what's set to happen in the next hour.
Well, right now, teachers are voting whether they will go with the district's proposal to extend school days or they will vote to reject it. Mike Sitch told me that they expect about 1,000 teachers to vote today. I've been watching them come in and out of the building all day so far. Again, if they do vote for this, I'll have an update later on in the show. But in Champaign, I'm Bryce Bement, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Bryce, thank you. A group home resident is facing attempted murder charges. He's accused of attacking other residents in Forsyth. It happened at Hickory Point Terrace this morning. The Macon County Sheriff's Office says 40-year-old Carson Haygood beat up 3 women with his hands and feet. The 3 victims were taken to the hospital. 2 are in life-threatening condition. 1 is in stable condition.
A state senator wants to bring back the death penalty for people convicted of killing police officers. Senator Darren Bailey made the announcement at the police station in Effingham today. WCIA3's Sarah Lehman joins us now. Sarah, tell us about some of those proposed changes.
McLeod, Senator Bailey was surrounded by several police officers and deputies today. He filed it last week and made that announcement today. At 6, we'll hear from the Effingham police chief about some of the challenges police face every day. Plus, Amber Oberheim, the widow of fallen Champaign officer Chris Oberheim, talks about how she feels if this legislation would go through. Back to you.
All right, Sarah, thanks so much. And the state got rid of the death penalty in 2011 over concern that innocent people could be put to death after 13 men were wrongly convicted. At the time, Governor Pat Quinn stopped the death penalty and said it was one of the most difficult decisions he had ever made. Also tonight at 6, we're going to hear what other lawmakers are saying about this proposal.
U of I police are warning you to be careful after 3 cars were stolen from campus this week. Monday night, a car was taken on South 6th Street. Tuesday, 2 other vehicles were taken from East Green, one after 3, the other around 8 o'clock. Police say in 2 of the cases, the cars were left unattended and still running. They remind you to keep yours locked at all times.
A candidate for Illinois Treasurer is using his position as state representative to merge the Treasurer's office with the Comptroller's office. The 2 leaders control different types of spending. The Comptroller controls short-term payments by keeping track of state debt. The Treasurer controls the state's long-term investments. Republican Representative Tom Demers says the offices are redundant and believes they can be consolidated.
We can show some consolidation in government hopefully get some efficiencies, reduce some costs, save taxpayer dollars, while also ensuring that Illinois has a constitutional officer who has the tools and the teeth behind him to be a real fiscal watchdog.
Demmer isn't the first to propose this change. Current Treasurer Michael Frerichs also proposed it. The two offices were split in the 50s when the office holder was arrested for embezzling from the state.
Let's quickly take a look at the latest coronavirus numbers. There are more than 15,000 new cases. 143 more people have died. The positivity rate has dropped again to 14.6%.
Two former St. Joseph community members will be recognized. We'll explain how.
Plus this.
Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer plans to step down at the end of the court's term in June. I'm Skylar Henry with more on the retirement and the roadmap for President Biden to fill the seat.
Live from your local news leader, Jennifer Roscoe, McLeod Hageman, and Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Lighty. You're watching WCIA 3 News at 5.
Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer announced he will step down from the High Court at the end of the term.
Skylar Henry has more on who President Biden may nominate to replace him and how this could impact the court.
Skylar Henry, CBS News at the Supreme Court.
All right, Kevin, it doesn't look like winter out there, but certainly feels like it a little chilly.
It is a little cold out there.
Yeah.
The coldest so far this season, this morning.
Feeling it.
2 below zeros where we were. That's actually not even close to the record. The record is minus 13. Set back in 1897. So fortunately, we did not break that record. But boy, we had wind chills that cold. Okay, when we come back, there's some snow that is actually in the forecast for tomorrow. We're going to be highlighting that and talk about a pretty nice weekend coming up. Transition over to some snow by Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Things, as I mentioned, February was going to get here, and whoop, I don't want to get you too excited yet, but there's something that we're going to keep a close eye on. You're going to hear us talk a lot about it over the next several days, I have a feeling.
Are you actually looking forward to Monday for a change?
That's weird to say,
yeah.
But 43 and sunny does sound pretty good.
Yeah, not too shabby.
All right, thanks. We have a bright spot tonight. Macy posted this picture to her Facebook page. She says she works at Baptist Orthodontics and was in a bind, didn't have a babysitter. Macy says the doctor was generous enough to let her bring in her daughter. Take your daughter to work day.
I like that. Sounds like a
Yes.
good place to work. Yeah, of course, we want to see your pictures and video. You can email us or send them on Facebook. We'll have a post at the top of our page to share what you're seeing.
Some big money for transportation is coming to Danville. We'll tell you how it's being used.
And it's a food bank fundraiser what you can do to help make a difference.
This is WCIA 3 News, your local news leader.
A former mayor and a fallen police officer will soon be recognized with honorary street signs in St. Joseph.
The village board approved the proposal last night. Former Mayor B.J. Hackler and Police Lieutenant Aaron Landers were beloved residents of St. Joseph. Both died last fall. Village officials hope the signs will help keep memories of Hackler and Landers alive.
Over time, maybe the people who didn't know them personally, someone will ask, well, who was Lieutenant Aaron Landers? And then you get to share about their lives a little. The same thing with BJ.
The signs will be placed near their homes. For Hackler, that'll be at the intersection of Lincoln and Main. For Landers, it's Aspen Court. A small ceremony will be held this spring.
Governor Pritzker has earmarked $220 million in state money to help rebuild Illinois. The money will go for 63 projects, including $3 million for the Chris Rural Transit District in Danville. That'll be used for a new administrative and operations facility. At least $111 million of that money will go to transit providers across the state. $108 million is going to projects for public ports.
The Eastern Illinois Food Bank wants to raise millions to help even more people. They need more than $3.5 million. The money will be used to expand the warehouse. That means more space for food, especially fresh and frozen items. Other improvements include adding a dedicated volunteer area and a second truck docking station.
We are following some developing stories tonight, and we're going to check back in to see what we've learned from the top of the hour.
That includes a live report from a Champaign school about teachers discussing a possible strike. Developing news tonight, we're following a vote happening in Champaign. This vote could mean teachers are taking the first step to go on strike.
And WCIA 3's Bryce Bement is live outside Jefferson Middle School. Bryce, any updates?
Unfortunately, Unfortunately, we have not gotten any updates yet. Teachers so far have just been in and out of the Jefferson Middle School for the past couple hours. But again, they are planning to announce what the results are at 5:45. So we should know soon. But in Champaign, I'm Bryce Beeman, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Bryce, of course, we'll have that latest information tonight at 6. And our other top story, a firefighter was hurt while battling a fire in Champaign. It happened this afternoon near Flora and Union. We know the injuries were severe. The homeowner's dog died in the fire. We're waiting for updates on the first responder. And coming up tonight at 6, one city wants to improve water and sewer service. How the city hopes it will fix the issues. Tonight at 6.
It's another cold night, but not as bad as the 2 below we had this morning. Still going to be quite chilly, though. We will see a little bit of snow tomorrow, believe it or not. Not everybody will see those snow showers, and we're not expecting really any accumulation there, but we may see a few flurries flying around. The same for there into early Friday. Actually, right now, the weekend, I mean, it's wild, but that's a nice weekend. 30, 33, because we've had so many weekends this season that we've had, rain and snow and 2 degrees for highs. So this weekend looks pretty good. Next week, though, maybe a little deceiving, because I know you see 50 on them. You say, hey, 50. But just beyond that, things may get a little bit more interesting in the forecast. That's still way far out, but we're keeping a close eye on the middle of next week.
So you're saying don't get used to this?
Don't get used to the 50 in the nice weekend.
Yeah, that's January, February.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you.
And thanks for joining us tonight. The CBS Evening News is coming up next. We will see you at 6 o'clock. Good night.